guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're working on the car again. So I think my window tints came in, so I'm going to show you guys how to tint windows, and we're going to adjust the T-top glass. Now, a couple things first. I stripped the doors from the convertible and saved all these pieces because these are the same. Convertible doors and T-top doors have the same internals. So that means the rod in the center, which I'll show you on this door, is the same. But also the main thing is now on these windows, they're bolted in here instead of riveted. That way you can adjust them and whatnot. Unfortunately, this door doesn't have it, but I saved them. There's also supposed to be something that's here for adjustment and another thing that's here for adjustment. These are stock hatchback or notchback doors with the frames cut off. And then I was able to source T-top windows from a buddy that was parting out a T-top. Now, I was able to redo this trim to get that to set in. Unfortunately, it ripped, so I'm going to silicone or silicon, whatever, this at a later date and try to figure that out. And then this on the upper needs to be adjusted as well. But today we're going to focus on adjusting this window so we can get this to set right up here with what we have. So I saved the brackets from the old one, or the convertible doors. And then there's these, which are the stops, which is the better one with the nuts, and it all adjusts and slides and whatnot. So I'm going to drill holes in this door to install these where that needs to be. Which pretty much your stops adjust different part. Each nut on this door will tell, each nut on this door, which unfortunately there's this one, and then there should be one here and another one there, like I said. Each one of those will tell the window which way to sit and control how the window sits. So we're going to do our best to mock that up and try to get it to sit right, and that way it meets this seal. So I just redid this the other day with 3M Super Weather Strip adhesive, and this is all set. I don't know, there's a little plastic lip here on the piece that goes inside. I don't know if that's supposed to be inside or outside, so I just put the weather stripping on the inside of it. I redid all these a while back, and I've never had the windows to work. But when I bought the car, it was all ripped out. None of it was here, so I also have nothing to reference off of. So I finally was able to figure this out, and this piece, there's a channel, and it sits inside that channel, and that's what keeps it to stay up. So I glued it as well. When it gets warmer out, I'm going to glue this end piece to get that. But yeah, so I've taken off the door panel. You can see the armrest is there. Door panel's here. I redid all these clips a while ago. Made a huge difference. And then out of my parts bin, I just took a switch instead of having the door panel hang off it so we can make adjustments, and I plugged it in for the time being. Now you can see I've modified and put different speakers in this door, which my door panels don't really fit over, but I don't really care because the person before me cut extra holes in the door panel for double speakers. So those door panels aren't really the best, so it's no big deal. So yeah, so today we're going to adjust this. We're going to clean this glass up because it's easier to do so with the door frame off, and we're going to tint it. And I'm going to show you guys how to tint on this one window, which it should be super simple on a car like this, a T-top or a convertible, because there is no frame. It's a little bit more difficult on a hatch or notch that has the frame around the window. I tinted my F-150 windows about a month ago. Really simple thing to do, and it's a lot cheaper than paying somebody to do that. So because we're budget here, it cost me 30 bucks on eBay for the full kit. I told them it was for a hatch, so I still have to match this back one up to make sure it fits this hatch window. Obviously this has a tint on it. I don't know, it looks blue. I don't know if it was blue from the start or whatever, but we're going to redo that. Eventually we're going to tint these. I don't know if I'm going to get to it because I have to pull out these panels to get it. Actually, I might be able to do it, but it's going to be a pain in the ass without pulling out those panels. So I might do that in the summer when it warms up, because it's about 20 degrees out today. So we're in here. I got the heater going. And let's get it done. So let's get into today's thing and get it going. So I think first I'm going to, you can see down in here, the little plastic things, those are the stops, so that's what catches on those brackets. So I'm going to install those brackets at the right spot so we can get that adjustment going. For the most part, all you'll need is a 7/16 socket, and I just put it on a hand ratchet instead of my Milwaukee. That way I can tighten it and loosen it as I please, just for better accuracy. Alright guys, we have our bracket installed. So, I'll admit when I mess up, and obviously this one I messed up on, but I got this one. Now this one you got to be careful because the bar that runs, this bar right here, that runs to your door handle, goes through it. So, you have to put this bar in front of this bracket if you're doing these. Obviously, I made a couple marks that I messed these up, but there's, you can see right here, those little plastic wheels. Those, I need to adjust this, but I haven't adjusted them yet. Those is what hits this bracket and it stops the window from going up. That's how it works. Now if you go on Google, and I have a screenshot right here on my phone, as you can see, and it says what each thing on the window does, and how it affects. So, pretty much, what we're going to do now is adjust them, and then your door has 2 clicks. This is obviously not closing because of the window, but first click is where you want everything to set. So this is what we're going to shoot for. Not this, but on the first click of the door, we're going to shoot for everything to be lined up. And then by the time you push it in, everything should push up against the gaskets or the weather stripping and line up as it should. So now we're going to do the adjustments, and after that we'll get to tinting. I just want to throw out, I made these myself. I thought they came out pretty good. Anyways, yeah, so now I'll make our adjustments. I'm going to do that off camera so I can really focus and try to get it done right. Hopefully everything works. 2 things, you can tell this is not a normal door, or I mean, this is not a convertible or T-top door, because convertible and T-top doors, 1, have these brackets, but they also have bracing riveted in here to make it a structurally stronger door. Also, I now have this adjustment as well, because this is a normal window, which I assume this would be to adjust it so that it lines up into the window frame, which we don't have. So I'll also have to play around with this one, which I'm probably going to loosen this and then bring it all the way back so that I can get everything else set, and then once that's done, I'll just set it where it needs to be so it lines up. That's my plan. We'll see what the hell happens. I have no idea, guys, so just follow along. Alright guys, so after playing with the adjusters for probably an hour now, I got this to line up. This is, maybe I should drop the front just a little bit to get this to sit. And then the only thing is, there's a slight gap here, so I'm going to see the bottom to pull the window out, forward and out. So I'm going to try to pull the window into the car more. But that should hopefully, we should be near the end of it. I mean, it's taken quite a while. And this is overspray, because the window wasn't, yeah. So I'm going to razor that all off anyways. But anyways, I mean, I've never had these windows seal, so this is going to be real nice this summer. And I don't know if it'll be waterproof. As you can see, there's still a gap, and if you really wanted to seal the car, you can just get a coat hanger through here. But yeah, I'm going to try to adjust the front just a little bit, the slightest bit, because I mean the slightest bit means everything on these. Alright, windows all set. Now we're going to apply the tint. So the first thing is you want to get yourself a bottle of soapy water, which I have right here. You can do this with the door panel on. I wouldn't recommend it since half of the door panels are cloth. And we're going to take a razor blade and clean this whole surface, and then I have a brand new microfiber we're going to wipe it down with, and then after that we will prep the tint. So let's grab a razor blade and just scrape any glue, or if you have tints on here already or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, so our window's clean, and pretty much, like, there's a scratch here. What's this? Did I miss all this? I don't know how that happened. Oh, this just got scratched. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so we're going to find which one's the driver's tint. It's either going to be the top or the second one, because I could tell and they're pre-cut, so we're just going to pull off the side. You want to soak the entire window down. We want the water in between. And then I picked this up $5 a squeegee on Amazon, and we're going to squeegee pretty much. That's the process. And then this tip will allow us to get into the corners, and if you had a frame, put it there. So let me try to get the tint ready and see how it goes from there. Alright guys, so we have the driver's side tint all prepped. It's ready to go. You can tell this is driver's side because the plastic is on the back side. So what I'm going to do is line up the top edge here, obviously get the window wet, and then I'm just going to pull the top of this back and leave it on. I'll show you guys just in 1 second when I get to that step, because it's hard to do with one hand, and I've misplaced my tripod. Alright, hopefully this clip comes out right, and you guys can see what I'm doing. So yeah, we're going to get the window all wet. Alright guys, we got our tints on the inside. As you can see, this was cut for a hatch, so it has the gap for the frame, but it shouldn't really matter once it's up against the trim for the most part, which I don't know why it's not closing. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. If the car had a frame, so that's the fault with getting pre-cut tints. I think I'm going to time lapse the segment. I was talking over it, but I'm just going to fill you guys in now. As you saw, I got the top lined up, and then I peeled the clear from the back of it as I went down. And then you want to make sure you keep the back wet the entire time, and then when you squeegee out with the squeegee, the water, that's when it adheres to the window. And then as you keep doing it, you don't want to roll your windows up or down for 24 hours, so I'm going to leave this be now that it's adjusted at the right height. And the last thing is, you saw that I was spraying on the outside, only because the squeegee sticks. So if you spray on the outside and the inside, it gives you that whatever film to use the squeegee on without, because if it sticks too much, it'll pull off your top line. So just a couple tips to keep it. But yeah, $30 I bought the whole car. There's a kit for the whole car. The rear windows, I may be able to do them from inside the car because they were only cut for this section since the rest of the window is tinted. So that I may be able to do that right from inside the car. But yeah, pretty much scrape it clean with a razor first, and then make sure it's wet. Make sure the window's clean. Make sure your film is clean or your tint's clean, and then just the squeegee I bought at $5 off Amazon. And yeah, that's about it. So today we've adjusted the T-top window this side. I'm going to do the other side off camera. We've did this tint. I showed you guys how to do a tint. Pretty simple job, pretty straightforward on both ends. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Just short and sweet, I think. And that's going to be it. I'm still waiting on Rock Auto to stop messing up with brake parts before I finish that, get the car back on the ground. And then I just bought this battery box since I have all the wires and everything. The previous owner sunk my battery in the trunk, so we're going to pull that back out. You guys see that video hopefully in the next couple of weeks once it starts warming up a bit. And then we're going to get the AC system back in. I went through and found the lines that I needed. We got the pump right here. I want to clean all this up. Make sure everything's up to date for R12. Change all the gaskets. I got all the O-rings in. So we should be all set to do the AC soon. And then I also want to pull out the headliner and redo that. So we're slowly getting everything ready for spring. So stay tuned, guys. And like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, thanks for watching.